Yes, 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 yes. We here and we are back in the building. I'm going mobile, super mobile today, man. I'm in the hood walking around, not giving one care. We had to drop a show tonight. I'm hyped. Resident Gamer Zero's hype. Spartan 117 is hype. We coming in here, man, to do some edification in the Xbox community, man. We here to uplift the Xbox community, man. We the best. And we do what we do here on DIRREC Gaming like no other. I go by the name of the new legal, the number one in the streets, not in the street channel, man. The green kryptonite gamma infused emerald fortress mighty chat pack, the invincible mighty chat pack that I'm proud of. I'm proud of each and every one of y'all. I'm proud to know y'all. I'm proud to be a part of this brotherhood, this soldier community of Xbox fans. Shout outs to Talos Reed, my guy. Shout outs to everybody who looks at us from afar. Shout outs to everybody who comes in live. Shout outs to everybody that's international, that makes us international. Shout outs to each and every one of y'all, wherever y'all are at, whatever flag you're from, continent, piece of land, backwoods, streets, alleyways. We don't care. You are here. We here, people. Fill more pockets. What's up, famo? We are here.
We are
This is the
Xbox.
place of the Xbox community. No, 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 no. This ain't no, this is my preferred platform community. No, don't get that twisted. This isn't, oh, you know what? This is everybody gamer show. No, it isn't. I'm letting you know right now where you're at. This is not no industry stuff, bro. We are not connected to nothing. I don't work that way. That industry stuff, it just ain't for me. It's not. I love coming off the top rope my way. I'm not controlled. I'm not pulled by strings. I'm not here to have you buy merch from me. None of that goofy stuff, bro. I'm not here for that. I make pretty good damn money on my own. I don't even need YouTube. I don't need this. I do this for fun. The culture. I do this for the culture of gaming
Do it for the
and
love
being
of.
around my brotherhood
Yep.
of gamers. And we are here to strong arm for the entire real Xbox community. I've said it once and I'll say it again. I'd rather be around 5,000 real Xbox fans than 50,000 fake ones. This ain't no half-breed channel, bro. This ain't a centaur channel. Where double agents don't reside here. Donkeys? Nah. We don't play that here. This is an Xbox family channel. And if you're a real gamer, you're welcomed here. We welcome real gamers. That doesn't mean we don't look at people who are not real gamers. We don't look at them because we feel like, they're not real gamers because they don't play on Xbox. We don't do that. We don't define what a real gamer is by that. Real gamer is a real gamer that does what they want to do, have knowledge on what they do, showcase on how they do. That's it. That's it. And that's being respectful. We can respect that. Here on Direct Gaming, we can respect that. But what we're not going to respect is that doom and gloom garbage that goes around. We're not going to respect that 0.0007% that think because they on Twitter X, somebody listens to them. Nah, what we're not going to respect is so-called wannabe YouTube creators that think they celebrities. We don't play that here. We don't do that here. Nobody knows you. Step off your high horse. Nobody knows you. You're not worldwide known. You're not famous. All right? No, none of y'all. You add up everybody, we still ain't got 1 million subscribers. What are you talking about out here? What are we doing out here?
You're a famous
Look, man,
YouTuber.
this is a no control free zone over here on Di-RRec Gaming. We do what
Sir.
we do. We do what we do. I'm independent over here. Like I said, man, Di-RRec Gaming is built from the bottom up. Straight up. We don't coattail nobody here. Nobody. Nobody. The Xbox community, the ones that's been supporting Direct Gaming, and everybody else that comes around here are here because they want to be. You better believe that. They here because they want to be. And we appreciate that. That's why we go off the top rope. We work our asses off, but you know what? We're going to keep making sure that we here. I don't take L's. The all-time Xbox prophet is here. I don't take L's. Everything I said, go check my videos. Do your study on the new legal. You're gonna see everything I said. Notice I didn't say some things. Everything I said has come to light. Everything. Dolomite, everything. I even got the year right. That's crazy. 5th year. I'm loving it. This is my victory lap. That's my victory lap. Now we got the media out here hurting. See, I'm a little different, right? Right, Talos Reed? Right, Mighty Chat Pat? Right, Dolomite? The generals. Shouts to all the members, man. Shouts to all the member generals on Direct Gaming as well. I ain't forget y'all. I'm going mobile, man. I'm walking around in the hood today. It feels good out here. In Texas, the weather's nice. Nah, I'm not going to be cooped up in my room today. I'm out here. I'm outside. I'm different. There's a difference with me. I see the media crying. It brings joy to my heart. When I see
So
them
much
start to make
crying.
them little silly articles, that makes me happy because that tells the new legal they're hurting out here. They have no more confidence in PlayStation. And I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ones who's got millions invested in Sony PlayStation brand. They're pulling their stocks out. You ain't heard nobody
That doesn't spark
that's
confidence to
working
me.
in Microsoft pulling none of their stocks out. See, we're going to keep it in a reality sense here on Direct Gaming, in which that's what they don't like. They like the fairy tale land. They like being lied to. But here on Direct Gaming, we come to do one thing and one thing only. That's to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help us gaming. Ain't nobody. And you ain't heard one little trickle of an article tell anybody that somebody's pulling their stocks out of Microsoft. What's wrong with you? You crazy? But we hear that it wasn't just Hiroki Totoki that did it. It was a plethora of execs that pulled their stock out of that Sony PlayStation because there's no future in your fronting. There's no future in your fronting. There's no PlayStation 6, not next year or the year before. Get that out your head. The PlayStation 5 is going to be dragged. It's going to be prostituted.
Yeah, they're in no hurry.
It's going to be wore out. They don't have no choice but to whore that console out. And them fake-in PlayStation fans are going to have to skip to my loot for it. They're going to have to come up with every excuse. Oh, it's okay. We know it's okay. You don't have a choice but to say it's okay. It's big pimping over there. Your physical copies are doomed. Look at you. I don't need the weak media to doom and gloom Xbox for me to feel down. I got enough reality, bad news, PlayStation news to make me feel good. What you think this is? What's up, Jago 6? What do they think this is? They think this is a doom and gloom channel? I'm about to let my boy Rez go in on y'all. This is his show tonight, but I'm just getting my little giddy up on. You think this is a doom and gloom? You think we on some weirdo stuff? You think we're goofy? You think this is gonna be a corny stuff? You think Di-RRec Gaming is gonna be on some goofy, corny stuff? Oh, nah. We give you what you don't want. We put the truth over feelings. We don't do all that touchy-feely stuff over here. We don't do that tickle me Elmo stuff over here. Nah, it's all top rope elbow smashes. All of them. Ain't nobody, man, listen, bro. People want to sit around here and play the industry game. Listen, I'm cool. You be surprised who I'm cool with. Man, I ain't got to go to no events. I
Talos
ain't got to
Reese
do
says,
all of
watch
that
out, Pablo be
to make you
lurking.
think that I'm somebody special. I'm not, bro. That's the thing. I'm not. I'm no better than my fellow Xbox gamer. I'm only here to put a wrench in the matrix. I keep telling y'all that. This is my duty. I'm doing what I was told to do like a good soldier. They gave me my orders and I'm here to do it. In the end, I'm gonna win. I keep telling y'all that. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be Paul Tassi lying to you. It could be Tom Warren losing his mind. Jez Gordon putting out an article y'all may not like. It could be anybody. It could be your favorite YouTuber. The new legal is not gonna catch an L because I really do this. I do my research. I don't go off no rumors. I don't do the rumor game. I don't give y'all rumors. When I give y'all rumors, Talos Reed, when have I ever gave y'all rumors? When we ever do a rumor show? Talos, holla at your boy. The legal don't do rumors. I tell y'all straight up all the time. Just wait on Microsoft. I told y'all what was going to happen. They're mad because nothing went their way. They wanted to see they wanted to see a catastrophic catastrophe in the Xbox field. They still trying to get y'all to believe the massive layoffs are all in the Xbox division when they were already told to us it's all around Microsoft, bro. It's not just up in the Xbox division. I keep telling y'all that the gaming media talks to dummies. If you want to be a dummy, that's who they going. Hey, they love it. Soak them up. They want you to believe everything they say. But you're going to believe an L situation. I don't understand that. They ain't never brought W's to you. There's no insiders. You heard Cliffy B. There's no insiders. It never was. What are y'all talking about? Microsoft, this $3 to $4 trillion company, does not go around putting key informations to YouTubers, to content creators. Are we this stupid? Ain't nobody this stupid. Come on, man. We funny out here. So how can you be doing the switcheroo on certain things? You picking and choosing what you want to be dumb about and what you want to be mad about and what you want to be sad about? Okay, cool then. If that's how we gonna do it, all right, well, you just figure out how you gonna feel about this show tonight. How about that? Get in your feelings and figure out how you gonna find yourself about this show tonight. Because we about to get this damn thing rolling. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Hey, yo, Rez, I heard that you had some glorious news for me, man. I heard that you got
Yeah, can you
some
hear me?
glorious news to read off to me.
I don't
But I
think
don't want you to just read it off to me.
We
I
can hear
want the
you.
whole entire Xbox community to hear this news that you got to say.
so we all know from just
Uh-oh,
the
I
past
don't hear him.
few
Let me back
weeks.
out. Hold on, Rez.
I
I
hear
Okay.
think
him. I
I
hear
think
him. I
Spar
hear you.
117 and threw a wrench in me from Canada. So let me back out and I'll come back in so we can stay connected because I want to hear this. Don't worry. I'll be right back.
I can hear you, Rez.
Yeah, guys. So we've been seeing it ever since the announcement came that we knew was coming regarding Microsoft's reset and layoffs with their restructuring. And ever since then, it has just been a constant barrage from the media of all sorts of smear articles that basically repeat themselves, the same thing over and over again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, brother. I
They
want to hear
just
some of that
can't
news.
they just
I
can't
can hear
ever
you now.
seem to keep Xbox out of their mouth, right? From
Shout out
generation
to
to
everybody.
generation, they
Shout out
got
to
to try to
everybody.
tear it down any way possible, sometimes putting out the same article over and over again every week. Like we saw.
No, Rez. That ain't what I asked you. You didn't hear
Oh, I
me.
know. I'm
Okay,
getting to
yeah.
that.
Give me. I want that
So
news. You told me you had
they
some
don't
news for me.
they don't realize the foot that's in that the Microsoft has in gaming. They are all in on gaming. They always have been all in on gaming. We see their powerhouse now with the ABK acquisition. We have data set to back it up. We know that they have over 500 million monthly active users when they combine their Xbox, PC, mobile, and Activision Blizzard platforms. They have a stronghold since 2024 in terms of monthly active users. They have their core Xbox users are around 120 to 200 million MAU. Now, that hasn't changed. That's actually just kept growing since 2024 when we got that last reporting. We also know that Game Pass is one of their major revenue drivers. It creates 5 billion annually every year off of their new content, their indie content, their rewards and everything, the perks that come with the subscription, and now with Fortnite as well, with the Crew Pass, more and more value is being added to Game Pass every day. So we know that their foot will never leave the door. It will always be stepped into the room because their presence is always going to be there. It's never going away. So no matter what they try, no matter what they say, nothing's going to change that. They're not backing down. In fact, they're going back and finding out what works and what doesn't work, and they're doing it through this reset. They're combining everything that they've learned for the past 2 or 3 generations and putting it forward through Asha with a new team all around, getting rid of all the old guard, I like to call them, because let's be honest, the Xbox business needed to change. And I think the best way and the way that it really needed to change was not with its games. It's not with its quality, its value. It's with their leadership, right? Something was still not right. We still had a lot of bad decisions, a lot of miscommunication. It feels like there was a lot of loopholes and a lot of yellow tape that things had to go through. And we saw with what they announced how much middle management and layers of procedure and approvals that had to go through for any decision that was made for the brand and the business. So this was exactly what I was talking about on previous shows. We've talked about how can Xbox as a business get better, and the number one thing was they needed strong leadership and new eyes on the field, right? They needed a new clear vision because it's been muddied, right? Clouded, right? They've lost the plot, right? They've lost their direction, their North Star. And I feel like finally they have the person in charge who can lead them back to glory, right? Because Xbox has always been strong, but they've never been the strongest they could be, right? There was always areas that they always struggled in and could never fully come together as one big collective unit, as one big business and division, and truly compete and be powerful and be the strongest, right? So this is the turning point. This is where everything is going to change in gaming, right? I know that right now everything is very tumultuous, right? There's a lot of layoffs, there's a lot of games getting canceled, a lot of studios getting closed. The gaming market's very volatile right now, but from what I've read from devs and Glenn Schofield, who actually just put out a retirement video, as you guys probably didn't hear, or maybe you did, He was in charge of quite a few Call of Duty games. He was the co-creator of Dead Space. He's been in the industry for almost 30 years. And he said, I know gaming looks dark right now, but the future is bright. So as you know, people like that have the behind the curtain, they get all the information. They know a lot more insight into what's going on behind the scenes. So this is a good indication to me that gaming is going to be brighter than it's ever been in the next generation. And I think Xbox is going to take the charge and really dominate over the other two, because they have so many things working towards them right now. They have a huge edge, not just with their technology, but with their platform and their subscription service. It's just leagues better than the other two. We're going to see the fruits of all their labors, all this restructuring, this reset. This is the groundwork to start building a strong business, a strong kingdom. They're going to bring Xbox to the top of the chain, the market leader. Asha herself said by 2030 they will be number one. I believe it. You have to start somewhere, right? And they had to change and fix things that were still not right with them, right? They had to course correct on quite a few things, and they've already started, right? With the console, with Game Pass, with their marketing, with leadership. They're making all the moves necessary they need to do to be the best gaming division in the world. And I think, the media can say what they want, right? They can put out as many articles as they want. They're even now starting on Helix, and we don't even know about it yet. Like the detail, we don't know too many details about it yet. We don't know when it's what date it's coming out. We don't know the price yet, and already they're trying to diminish its success, right? Trying to take away its excitement, its shine, right? Why do I say that? Because we just had another analyst firm, S&P Global Intelligence, who are coming out already and making prediction. I want to call them educated guesses, because that's all they are, just guesses. They're just assuming based on previous market conditions, but we've never had a market like this before. So I think they're going to be dead wrong, to be honest with you. But again, it's just more ways to try to put the brand and put it down in a bad light to kind of steal away any energy, any positive energy or any goodwill towards the brand, pile on it per se. After the layoff news, they just have to keep putting the bricks up, right? Keep piling the bricks on top, So this comes from intelligence analyst Neil Barber. He says, our forecast is functionally splitting the difference between a proper Xbox successor and an Xbox certification program with PC OEMs, and readers should treat this trajectory as a range of outcomes contingent on decisions yet to be made or revealed. That's basically saying that they're just guessing, right? So what they're saying is that for its launch year, it's only going to ship 2 million consoles for its first year. They're also predicting that the PS6 and the Xbox Helix will cost somewhere between $600 to $800, because they believe by the time the consoles come out, the RAM prices will have eased and decreased to a point where Microsoft and Sony will be able to sell their consoles at a lower price point. For context, the current generation consoles, how they sold in their first year, the Switch 2 has already sold almost 20 million in its first 10 months of launch. The PS5 shipped 17.4, and the Xbox Series X and S is estimated to have shipped around 7 to 8 million.
Can I say
So
something?
What's that?
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
First, I just want to say we're going to see how much that Switch 2 starts selling after September 1st when that price hike hits it. And please, Rez, please tell me that good news that you wanted to tell me, please.
Which one?
What you mean, which one? There's good news that you wanted to say. What you mean, which one? You have
Oh,
more than one?
I don't know what you mean, honestly. What is good
Oh
news?
my gosh. He's being carry on, carry on.
We'll get back to it, but yeah, basically they're saying by 2028 the RAM prices are going to ease, which will allow them to do this. Now, how true is this? I don't know. I honestly think that for me, from what I've seen online and from especially after the physical media news, there is no all the excitement or any potential hype that people had towards the PlayStation 6 is pretty much destroyed. People are not looking forward to it. They said they're not even going to get it. Other people said they're just going to switch to PC or Nintendo or Xbox. Like they're completely done with the platform. Like this was their last straw for Sony. So Sony has never been weaker than they have been than right now. And I think now that the Switch 2 is out, there is no excitement there. So really, this is a perfect moment for Microsoft to capitalize on something to be excited about for the next generation. So I think Helix is gonna have a lot of excitement around it. I think it's definitely gonna sell way more than 2 million. I'm gonna say it's gonna sell between 3 to 4 million at least. That's my guess. I hope Microsoft does release numbers because instead of speculating, we can actually have a number to put to it. But yeah, this was put out by S&P Global firm. I don't know what you guys think about it, but honestly, it's just all educated guesses and assumptions. There is also reporting that the PlayStation 6 is still going to sell more than it. I don't see it, honestly. I think word of mouth is going to get around, and a lot of people have lost their taste for PlayStation. I just don't see any excitement for the brand, right? Because if you think about it, what do they have for their first party next generation? I don't think they're going to have anything really. I think it's going to be at least 2 or 3 years, and Sony's not going to release the PS6 right away. They're going to take their time. You're not going to see it until 2028, 2029 at the earliest. So Helix is going to have a huge jump start, and I think Helix should have some strong first party titles like Elder Scrolls 6 and OD to start off the bat. Start off strong. Show off what's strong about Helix, like what it's going to differentiate with compared to the others. Because once this console comes out, there's going to be no parity. There's going to be no comparisons because Xbox is not only going to have the hardware advantage, they're also going to have the software feature set advantage over the other two platforms. We're starting to already see it, right? We're seeing evidence of it right now. We actually just got news that NVIDIA was partnered with Coalition on the Gears of War E-Day. They're going to bring DLSS 4.5 to the game. This is going to be the true taste, the first, like I said in previous shows, this is going to be the first game that's going to show us what next gen looks like. Next gen is going to look like more than just graphics. It's going to be the NPC interactions, the NPC dialogue, how they treat the world that you're in when you're playing the game. It's going to be even more higher detailed textures and objects and worlds that you're in. Everything is going to be more detailed and more fixated on to where you're going to see a huge boost in everything around you. Like there will be no draw distance, where it's loading parts of the back of the map or the area. It's going to be almost instant loading. There's going to be no loading screens. So basically, everything about the game outside of just the graphics is going to get a huge jump in performance and detail and resolution. Like, everything's going to be way more high level, as opposed to just the graphic fidelity of the game. So what that entails is basically, by us figuring this out, we know that the partnership is the start of an open PC platform, right? Because the Xbox is going to be a console hybrid. It's going to be a console first, but with PC features. So it's not going to be limited to just one feature set. It's going to have multiple feature sets depending on the game and what's running on it. It's going to be so versatile that it's going to give you everything and more that you would ever want in a console. You could do pretty much anything with this console. You could even treat it as a high performance PC as well, because that's what it is. It's really going to define the next generation of gaming. It's going to be the top platform, and you top that with Play Anywhere and with with Quick Resume, and with all of the other feature sets that come exclusive to Xbox, with the versatility of switching back and forth and everything else that comes with it. You're talking about something that's never been done before in so many ways. Like, it's really going to be the talk of the town. I think people are going to be blown away by what it can do, because it's just going to be the ultimate machine, really. So the excitement is all going to be with Microsoft and Xbox. They just need to continue delivering on Ash's vision, and I would just ignore what these media outlets are saying, because they fear for what's coming next, right? Because why else would they continue to have Xbox in their mouth? Why else would they continue on these campaigns, these narratives? Because they're trying everything they can to lower the expectations, lower the excitement, despair the brand, so you don't engage with it, so you don't learn more about what Helix can do, because it's truly going to be next level in a lot of ways. And I'm really excited to get my hands on it, because it's going to be a device like no other. And even if it doesn't, I would love for it to be in that $600 to $800 price point. I mean, that would be very appealing to a lot of people. I know a lot of people don't want to spend $1,000 or more on a console, but people need to understand that this is a premium gaming experience. Even back then, gaming consoles were not cheap, right? If you wanted the rare hidden consoles, the more powerful, the beefier TVs, you had to spend a lot of money, right? This is a high level premium tier experience. So you're getting your money's worth. You're getting your value in what you put in, because that system is going to last you for 10 years or more. It's going to be built to be multi-generational. They're going to support this platform for years and years to come. So you're going to get so many things from it outside of just gaming. You get just, the value is just insurmountable in so many ways. And with Game Pass 2, that's just another cherry on top, right? It's just like the perfect combination of what you would ever want as a PC and console gamer, because it just has everything into one. So the $600 to $800 price point would be nice, but I'm still thinking it's going to lean towards the $1,000 to $1,200 range. I think Microsoft and Asha and the whole team are going to try to come up with a way to make the console cheaper. I am okay with that, as long as it doesn't sacrifice the hardware, as long as it doesn't sacrifice the performance of the machine. Because what we've seen from spec sheets, from speculation, it's going to be a monster with what it's got inside the box. And then on top of the new AI processing unit that's going to be built into it. We've never had an AI NPU as powerful as the one that's going to be in Helix. So I really hope they don't sacrifice anything there to make the console cheaper. If they have to just keep it in and keep the price high, you can always build OEM consoles similar to Helix, same as Helix, except they're just lower spec, right? The same thing you do with PCs. I think Microsoft should have their own device, which should be the highest tiered, like the Series X, basically. And then the other OEM versions will be like the Series S or in between, where it's not quite as powerful, but it does all the same things. I really think they should go that route. And I also think that they maybe even should constrain the supply a little bit, try to build up the demand, get people really wanting it, because, people want what they can't have, right? And if you dangle that carrot out, if you dangle out that console, people are going to wait. They're going to go and actively look for it, right? They're going to seek it out. So my thoughts on this analyst news, it's just another prediction, another brainstorm of what could possibly happen. But I don't think the numbers are going to be anywhere near close. I think people are going to be surprised by how well Helix performs. It's going to perform better than most of these so-called media outlets and analysts think it's going to perform. I don't know, Famo. I know you've seen a lot of these analyst firms and their predictions. A lot of them don't come to be anywhere near accurate at all. So I don't really pay too much mind to this, because we know what we're getting with the next console, with the next box, right? We see the potential. We see where games are going to go. We see where Microsoft is headed. They're making the perfect decisions right now on what they need to do. I do feel for the devs and other leadership within Microsoft who lost their jobs. But let's face it, they have to run a business. They have to run a successful business. And I think Asha wants Xbox to be as powerful and as strong as it can possibly be, so it could last for as long as possible, because we want Xbox in gaming, right? I don't think gaming would be the same without Xbox. It'd be very, very dull and boring, because Sony and Nintendo don't really innovate that much. They're not trying to achieve the next big thing in technology, or they're not trying to think outside of the box or come with some sort of new way to excite and entice gamers or make things a more enjoyable experience for them. They're just always looking to do the same old, and just cling on to their existing fan bases and just rely on them to always be there. Whereas Xbox is always taking risks. They're always looking for what's new, what's exciting, what can be done to make the platform better. So I know where I'm staying. I'm not going anywhere, because I've seen what's on the other side, and I'm not interested. We are Xbox. We are strong, and you guys need to stay true to Team Green, because I'm telling you, this next generation is going to be all worth it. And we finally got the right captain of the ship in this new direction they're going. So I want to turn the mic over to Spartan or Legal. I want to hear your thoughts about this analyst firm's predictions, and what do you think is the potential for what they're going to perform in terms of their first launch year? What kind of numbers are you thinking?
I'm very glad that Asha stepped in and cut the fat, whatever you call it. Too many cooks in the kitchen, right? All these people sat there, wasted all our monies, one game, 6 years. Shout outs to Ninja Theory.
10 years for one, right?
There you go. And that what's that? Senwa's game, beautiful game, but for Hellblade, yeah. For how many hours was that game realistically, Resident? Like 5 hours, 6 hours?
6-7 hours.
And they took what, 7 years, 8 years to come out with that. So I'm really glad that most of these individuals that sat there and didn't do anything, became less productive, are gone. Now we got our Game Pass. We got Halo coming out, brand new campaign involved, new missions. Sharpen up your blades. You got Gears E-Day coming out. Then you got the Helix. They would knock Helix out the park if they come out with super exclusive on its release date. And that's how I look at it. If they want to make that console sales, which I don't care about, as long as the Xbox brand is still here and I'm happy. If you put out hitters, just like the OG Xbox that came out, you know how they came out with 10 exclusives, and all of a sudden,
Yes.
you saw Halo hit off, Fusion Frenzy, Odds World, Odyssey, fun games like that come out. It's a steal. And who cares about physical or digital? Welcome to the world of digital. Your Apple Music's digital, YouTube, Netflix, everything's digital. If they sit there and hook up a case with a mini disc and a code on it, be happy. If not, enjoy what they're giving you, because they're giving you a real hardcore next-gen console. And with all these appropriate studios underneath our wings now, and the ones that were not needed, and we could put more into our first-party exclusives, it's going to be a very, very, very competitive next generation starting now. Sony has no games. They had the yellow light of death on PlayStation 3, the jet engines on PlayStation 4. Again, the yellow light of death with cockroaches in there. Good luck for PlayStation 5 and 5 Pro trying to run GTA 6. I've been noticing every 5 minutes these consoles are shutting down. Liquid CPU, whatever thermal, is just not working out for them. They have to lay their consoles flat. They can't lay them, what is that? Vertically. If I come correct from like standing up, they're gonna burn. This generation, Sony duped. They took away what was the most prized possession of these so fanboys, if you call them that. They're customers, more like their physical disc. That their baby's gone. They're gonna have to sit there, face multiple lawsuits and a petition now, and trying to get. They lost their core gamers. I'm sorry, that's the way I see it now. They're banking on their gamers that sit there and buy digitally, and families out there. They don't care about their PlayStation dude that wants a CD anymore. We're winning. We've got everything that we need, and they're right on track. They cleaned the slate, and now they're bringing back the exclusive. That's what matters the most. And like Mr. Satya said, they want competition. We'll give them competition. So he brought Asha in the game. There we have it. Let's enjoy. And we will have success.
People forget too that the disc, a lot of games now are so big, so massive that they don't even fit on the disc. You know, you have to actually download additional parts of the game because they can't all fit onto the disc. So why would you think that you have any more control and ownership when, first of all, you have to download content from Microsoft's server, and then you have to activate the license from the disc on their server as well, which still requires an internet connection. So no matter what, you are already in the digital age. You just don't know it yet. And I think people need to accept that it's the future. It's where it's going. And gaming is going to get to a point where it's going to be fruitless to have the disc. I mean, unless you're a collector, I could see the appeal there, because I do collect Blu-rays in 4K, but it has the entire movie on it. That's the difference. I don't have to download additional content to finish the movie, to get the whole movie. And that's where it differs between movies and games. And I think people need to realize that owning the disc is not it anymore. They don't have ownership either way. The main thing that needs to change are digital consumer rights and how we can share the digital games, and be able to have some ability to sell the digital game or get credit for the digital game through the store or through other third parties. I think that's the really thing that needs to get upgraded, get changed in terms of how we control our games. because physical media is dying. It's been dying. Sony just put the nail in the coffin. Microsoft is already working on that disc to digital program we heard about. I think that's the big news that was just recently revealed on gaming media and Twitter, is that the next update, the next major Xbox update, is going to have that program, because they realize that digital is where it's going, and they already are telling you, hey, you can preserve your media, your ownership. You just need to transfer your physical disc, your license, onto your digital. Add it to your collection.
Rez,
And I think Microsoft's never going to get rid of your media. You will hold on to it no matter what, because as we all know, Microsoft's the biggest company in the world next to Apple. So they're not going anywhere anytime soon. So there's no fear of you losing any ownership or any media as long as you're with Xbox, right? So I don't think I just think people don't like to let go of things. They don't like change. They don't want to see some people don't like digital, like they don't want to see AI, but it's just this is where things are going. They just need to accept that it's not going away, and they can't get rid of it. If they want to, they can go back to retro gaming or stick to older generation consoles. That's fine, but the future is here, and they need to either accept it or move on. That's just the bottom line. That's how I see it anyway.
you know what'd be pretty cool if they had a storefront and all digital. We go and purchase the games, right? Brand new, or it's been out for a couple years, this and that. We play the game, we finish the game, right? And rarely we go back in and dip into it. Why not Microsoft put this offer out? Hey, you bought this game, you played it for 80 bucks, 90 bucks, whatever. You're tired of it. You could trade it in for credits, or you could trade it in for another game at a lower value, depending on how much the game's worth at the time. You could trade it in for that, or put it into extra credits, slap GameStop across their faces like that. Turn their storefront into a GameStop for us. So that way we could just go in there and digitally buy stuff, trade stuff, or get credits, get the DLC for the next. I'd totally do that, man. I'd be so into my Xbox user interface all day, buying and trading and stuff.
Yeah, and I know they can develop that, right? They can make that happen. They just have to, if it's not already built, they just need to build the feature in, right?
Yeah, and it's all digital. You don't have to sit there and waste your. They have to market it really nicely. Like, you don't have to sit there, waste your time, gas, and devalue the more from the game. We'll treat you fair. We'll give you 10% for the game, 15%, and then you get credits, or you want cash, virtual cash, or do whatever you want with it. That'd be fair.
Talos3 says digital can kiss my ass. I'm going to go back to the future, go live like I did in the 80s, 90s. No, that's cool, Talos. I mean, like I said, not everybody's wanting the digital future, right? They'll just stick to the old school, right? That's fine. There's no harm in that.
Everybody's got their taste, man.
Yeah, everyone's got their preference, right? It's all about choices and what you want to do and how you want to enjoy your gaming. I'm just saying that all of the trends and where the market's going, everything's going AI, everything's going digital, everything's going cloud. Those are the main three big ones now. So those are gonna be the major factors for the next generation and beyond.
Quick
And
question,
maybe
Rez.
at some point quantum gaming in the future.
Quick question, Rez. We talk about disc to digital, right? If they come out with the next console and there's no disc drive, and then people sell off their old console with the disc drive, what do they do with the game?
Well, I think what Microsoft is going to do, either themselves or through third parties, they're going to offer disk drives that they could buy with Helix, so where they could still play their
that's
discs.
where the OEM stuff kicks in for them. You
Yes.
know what? Fair enough. I'll give my disc drive tech to MSI or ATI to make it. Like, hey man, Gamers Republic, Xbox CD drives for physicals.
Ray Chi says digital used games makes no sense. Well, yeah, I mean, if you've already played the game, like, you should be able to sell it or give it to your friends, even if it's digital. I think that's what they need to solve. That's what they need to incorporate
Gift
with
it,
the future.
sell it, trade it. Hey, imagine you could trade your game with another gamer. How is that?
Yeah, I think that would eliminate the main complaint about digital, right? I think a lot of people would change their minds or turn around a little bit on digital, if they had all those options, right? But they
That'd
don't.
be
It's
cool.
it's very limited. So if they made it digital almost the same, identical as having the benefits of physical, then that would bring a lot of those physical media guys back, and a lot of people who don't like digital, because that gives them more ownership, and that's what they want. Well, we know that legal wants to come off the top rope here. Uh,
Yeah, we held up. Thank you, legal. Thank you. We're gonna let you take.
Trying to stay awake. I'm trying to stay awake, people. I don't care about anybody's feelings about future movement. We are in 2026. Are you trying to tell me that you wish you can play your video games on your tube TV? Are you trying to have those big ass cell phones upside your head? You want a dial up phone? Are we picking and choosing? Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is not the Pity Pat show for you. I am not here to be concerned about your tears. The only thing legal is concerned about giving you is the truth. The truth says nobody's buying physical games anymore. The truth says people are buying more digital games. When I was a wind technician and I had to travel all around this country, what the hell did it look like? Me grabbing a big ass duffel bag to put a bunch of physical games in it so I could play video games. At some point, people, you have to not be like your grandparents when cell phones came out. You are going to have to make a decision soon. A decision that I had made in 2014 and 2015. I saw it then, and I said, well, you know what? I got all these damn physical copies, just like everybody else taking pictures on the shelves, and they built big ass altars for all their physical games. I mean, we built altars, right? We built stationary station portals of endless memories on our walls. Big grown ass men. We didn't put up expensive portraits. We put video games in our houses on our walls. There was no internet in the 80s, Dolan Night. Facts. I don't see nobody complaining about the internet today, Dolan Night. Facts. You're going to be left behind, people. Listen, it's just that simple. You riding around with a carburetor today? You finding and tuning? You got that long screwdriver where you tuning that carburetor? You spraying that carburetor cleaning under your hood today? What are we talking about 2026, y'all? What are we talking about? You still out there trying to find a Blu-ray player? Is that you? You mad at Bluetooth? Is that you? Is that you? Is it? I mean, seriously, is that you? because I'm not impressed anymore in my life at all about people showing me their old ass games. I'm not impressed by that no more. That's not impressive to me no more. My OLED TV impresses me. New phones that are coming out to impress me. The brand new cars that are coming out impresses me. Technology impresses me. I love innovation. That impresses me. If I can play a video game in an instant, that impresses me. That's been impressed me. Do I still have physical games? Yes, I do. But I'm not lost in translation about it. I'm not messed up about it because I made a switcheroo 10 years ago. I've been seen it coming. Been seen it. Now that we got the tiers out of the way, let's get to the reason why Di-RRec Gaming was created. I ain't caring about no articles. I ain't caring about what a person wrote today. I don't care about none of that because I'm always been right. I told y'all where we're going. I told y'all already. So I'm not going to keep repeating myself anymore. Talos Real, I'm not doing it no more. I'm headed to my victory. I'm headed to, y'all want to get tied up in all of this, go right ahead. But the legal is sitting on his throne waiting for PlayStation 5 to become a flea market. Told y'all what it was going to become. This ain't console warning. This is just truth. PlayStation 5 is going to become a flea market. All right? That's where it's going. That's where it's going. That's where it's going. You got a decision to make. Because the PlayStation that you remember is dying. It's gone. All that Xbox dead stuff is going to come back to haunt you. There's nothing you can do to change it. There ain't nobody here to save you. So with that, let's get to some good old Xbox news. Let's get to some good news that make people mad, right? Ain't that why I come off the top rope? Ain't that what we do here? Let's come off that top rope. The broad ecosystem of Xbox plus PC and mobile and Activision Blizzard titles like Call of Duty, Candy Crush, etc., right? Hits over 500 million active users. This figure was reported by Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella in 2024. And sorry for you doom and gloomers, but here comes the bad news for you. And that still remains wildly cited into 2025 through 2026 as the key headline number for Microsoft Gaming. So nothing has changed there. I don't listen to the gaming media. The gaming media cannot make the new legal sad. When you don't have knowledge, you're sad. That's how it works. The core Xbox, console plus Xbox network / Xbox Live, right? That's the network. Around 120 to 200 million active users. Sources like Demand Sage, they put it all at 200 million in recent years, while Statista reported 130 million for Xbox Online service as of late 2024. Microsoft has also mentioned record Xbox active users in recent quarters, quarter 3, fiscal year 26. Game Pass still remains a major revenue driver for Microsoft Gaming, nearly $5 billion annually in recent fiscal years. Even with subscriber challenges, numbers can fluctuate with promotions, price changes, and new releases. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Xbox isn't going anywhere. With that basic fundamental blocks right there, you are going to see a drastic change with this reset. You are going to see massive marketing power. You're going to see major exclusive games. And if you think nobody wants to play Xbox games, you are going to have a shock of your life. Shock of your life. Now, when has the new legal been wrong? Okay. Still doubting me. Oh, I'm running to my favorite YouTuber. Run to him. Run to him. Because they've been institutionalized. They're only going to tell you what keeps their hands open for things. If they get at a line, they get popped on that hand. The new legal don't get popped on his hand. A maid. We say what we want to say over here. We're respected because of that. I told you, if you think nobody's going to play these Xbox games because it ain't on no other platform outside of PC, the joke's on you. You think nobody's going to buy Project Helix Xbox? Joke's on you. Let me tell y'all something. Here's something. Let me tell y'all something real quick. Since everybody wants to be goofy, and I don't want to be goofy, let me tell y'all something real quick. PlayStation don't have futuristic games on it. It doesn't have new tech games on it. Not at all. There is no first party studio games utilizing the full potential of Unreal Engine 5. They may use some aspects, no full potential, because the console in itself isn't fully compatible for it. It's not how it works. Sony's going to utilize its tech because it doesn't benefit Sony to pay other companies for their tech. That's why they lose money. The problem is with Sony's tech is it's generic. The pisser's generic. Every other little technology that Sony puts into PlayStation generic. They're runaround techs. That's all it is. Runaround technology. Run around the bush technology. It makes it look pretty technology. That's what Sony has for PlayStation. That's it. Let me tell you something. NVIDIA is back on Xbox. And that makes me feel good. I don't know about y'all, but I don't think nobody put on a thinking cap. The thing that they fear the most is Steam and an Xbox partnership. They're scared of that. They want to downplay that. PlayStation, you scared of that? Looks like you are. You want to start pulling your games off? We get it. That's to stop this powerful movement coming. Okay, fine. I don't play your games, no way. It's not going to hurt me because Wolverine ain't coming to PC. I'm not ecstatic over Wolverine. I looked at it. That's a I'll settle type game. Well, I'll settle. I don't have no exclusives. That Wolverine game brought me no excitement. It's a letdown. It's another one of those don't make no sense games. Absolutely makes no sense at all games. So I'm not thrilled. It's a classic PlayStation game. Classic. On top of that, where's your Unreal Engine 5.8 game at? 6 years in the game, PlayStation. And you still have brought nothing to the table. PlayStation 5 Pro, where's your Unreal Engine 5.8 game? Ain't that funny, people? I'm coming off the top rope. What are we talking about? What are we doing here? Y'all trying to doom and gloom legal? PlayStation has a mid-gen console and has not one Unreal Engine 5.8 game. It's gonna get better, people. Here's Xbox. Ain't make not one damn mid-gen cycle console at all. There's not one to be found anywhere on God's green earth. And yet you tell me that we have an actual Unreal Engine 5.8. Do you realize what E-Day is gonna be? It's a semi-leap technology game. Semi. It's half and half because it's a 5.8. It's just a 0.2 points off from being 6. 6 is a leap tech. It's not even out. It's not even out. The best that they can do is make a game look top tier, PlayStation 4 looking game. That's it. There's not a donkey out there that can convince me otherwise. I have perfect vision. I've actually read the bottom line of my eye test. Any one of y'all have done that? I've done that. My eyes are in perfect condition. Nobody can sit there and tell me that Wolverine was this awesome looking game and tell me with a straight face it ain't smoking meth. You can't. It's a man looking, it's mid. It's another Spider-Man 2 looking game. That's it. Bottom line, period. 6 years, and that's what you get. That's what you get. 6 years, I get E-Day. And y'all are out here dooming and glooming on X. What? Y'all out here really trying to make some sadness in it? I got an Unreal Engine 5.8 game coming. Unheard of. It's nowhere to be found. And then just when you thought that was bad, just when you was trying to find a way to make things sad, Xbox comes out and puts the future right there on Xbox. Say, hey, look, y'all, NVIDIA's back. Y'all remember NVIDIA on Xbox? Yeah, we did wonderful things. I don't think y'all understand. Xbox lended us its DX, its software ray tracing. It's soft ray tracing many years ago so that we could study it and become masters of ray tracing, of lighting. NVIDIA is the masters of that. But guess who gave them that tech? You guessed it, Microsoft. Microsoft has DXR. It's called direct ray tracing. You know what else? They got DX12. The thing that y'all was scared about. The thing that y'all never thought was going to happen. That's because Microsoft technology is ahead of things. NVIDIA's tech is ahead of things. Everything has to catch up. Now what happened? What happens when everything catches up? You don't get a game like Wolverine on your console. That ain't when technology catches up. When tech catches up and it's at the right time, because you found out under the Unreal Engine show, it told you that we was already working on Gears of War E-Day, partnered with Microsoft. We were putting this Unreal Engine 5 to the test on Xbox. So everybody tell me, why wasn't they doing that on PlayStation? If PlayStation is so badass, why doesn't the big tech companies go to it? This is why the gaming media is mad. I told you they were going to get mad. I told you what was going to happen. Even the gaming media is going to fall victim. They're going to have to switch it up. Time to put them skirts on, gaming media. Put that makeup on your face. The gaming media is going to be the biggest drag queens of it all. We're going to turn them into drag queens when we're done with them. Because they're going to have no choice but to tell the news. Look at Digital Foundry soon. Digital Foundry is going to be hilarious. It's going to be hilarious to watch them. We're going to put that makeup on them. Put them skirts on them. Put them high heels on them. They're going to be the new drag queens out here. Can you imagine when they have no more parity? Because Microsoft sent that death letter out in the form of a trailer. Welcome NVIDIA back exclusively, and said, Gears of War E-Day. You remember when I told everybody that Xbox can do DLSS 5? Y'all remember that a while back? Earlier this year? I got made fun of in the comments section. I had a dude laughing at me. I said, yeah, you laughing now, but I'm going to make you cry later. Don't laugh at me because your PlayStation 5 can't do it. Don't laugh at me because you don't have a PC that has DLSS 5. You don't have that. Don't laugh. You're laughing at me. Don't hurt my feelings. Because when I told you it can do it, I told y'all with a straight face. I didn't put no gimmicks behind my words. I didn't put a skirt on my words when I said that. So guess what? Project Helix is going to give you options. Beautiful options. You'll be able to what? Buy an Xbox games off the Windows Store. Buy Xbox games off the Xbox app. You're going to have all the storefronts at your disposal. So what do you think you're going to get when you get the PC version of Xbox and you get the PC version of that damn Gears of War E-Day? You're going to get the specs of that game. You will be able to play the best ultimate version. Not to mention, the 4.1 AMD update is coming this year. It's going to leave PlayStation 5 in the dust. Remember that Microsoft has the big partnership deal with AMD, not PlayStation. So it's not going to matter that the PlayStation 5 Pro has more specs than the Series X. That's not how it works, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't work that way. See, what people don't understand is Sony's going to lie to you with specs. But let me show you how this works. I got the PlayStation 5 Pro, right? And I'm going to show you all this upgrade specs that I have. But the upgrade specs that I have is for the very next new tech that I don't have, right? I don't have. And when I do get something, it's only in bits and parts. You got to study what Sony has put out there for you. The PlayStation 5 Pro is only going to use bits and parts of new tech. You want to know why? Because it's what I just told you previously. Sony won't go full blown in no new tech. It's going to utilize its tech. When it does that, it becomes a hybrid. For everybody out there that thought the PlayStation 5 Pro was just this strong ass PlayStation console, you was lied to. It's a hybrid. Unlike Xbox, it's a full RDNA 2.0 console. Full in and out. So it doesn't need to have these monstrous specs to fool you. That's not how technology works. Perfect technology compats with itself. When you have perfect technology that compats with itself, you get beautiful things out of it. Very beautiful things. When everything matches up, it doesn't need all these big numbers to fool you. That's how it works. So when you see this 4.1 hit, the Xbox is going to leap the PlayStation 5. Its games are going to look way better than the Pro games because it's compatible. So imagine what's going to happen when Helix gets the diamond version of AMD. PlayStation 6 ain't going to get that. They'll never have a fully optimized nothing because they're trying to sell you their shit. That generic pisser bullcrap. Oh, don't worry. That's coming right along with the PlayStation 6. They're not going to get away with that. They're not going to shut down their tech for you because you're crying. No. Just like that dummy that said Sony has HDR10. Sony didn't even create HDR10. Samsung did. Sony borrows HDR10. And I said, bro, y'all don't even play in Dolby Vision. They don't even know what it is to have a full spectrum of HDR colors.
Don't
Bright.
forget the VRR issue and the 120 hertz thing. I never had that.
They don't have, bro. We ain't even. But that's just hilarious. Please don't. We're not even going. I'm not going to mention that because they don't even have velocity technology. That's part of their RDNA. They don't have that. See what I'm saying? They don't have that. That's why it ain't worth bringing that up. That's why the reset mode didn't work. That's why it don't work. That's why they had to give that up. They flunked it. They gimmicked you enough years to where you knew it wasn't working, so PlayStation just pulled the plug on it. Who plugs the plug on their features, bro? Like that? Who does that? That was a selling point. You know, Xbox can pull the plug on Xbox, record that. That wasn't a selling point when the console came out. That wasn't the selling point. They wasn't making us go out here and buy headsets and stuff for that. We just spoke it. It was already a communicative console. We knew we could speak to it. The Kinect was the selling point that flopped, not the voice command. The voice command stayed there. It stayed and went through it went from the console to the headsets to the Amazon. What was it? What do you call it? What was that device? The little talking device. I can't remember what that was called.
Alexa.
Yeah, Alexa. Yeah, the Alexa devices. And it was the other device too from Apple. You had two.
Not quite sure how
See?
to help you with that.
Nah, Alexa, we was just on the podcast talking. You can go back to sleep. You see how that works? That's voice commands. That wasn't the selling point. Rest mode was a selling point for the PlayStation 5 that flunked. Flunked. Y'all trying to doom and gloom Xbox? We have the future of gaming, and we're about to get that this year. I don't care what nobody's talking about. We're about to play a game in Unreal Engine 5.8. They out here trying to get me to listen to these damn articles. Raz, I'm not listening to articles, bro. Spartan, I'm not listening to these articles, bro. They're not meant for me. They're meant for the dummy. The dummy reads that. But the intelligent gamer doesn't even see that. That's comedy to them. And that's low comedy. That's like Comic View compared to Def Comedy Jam. The gaming news articles are Comic View. For those that remember those days. What are we talking about? We out here trying to doom and gloom Xbox about. Xbox is good. They just showed you. 4-player co-op. Xbox is the king of 4-player co-op. Show me a game that was first party out of that studio dungeon of Sony that gives you 4-player co-op. Twice in a year. Twice in a year. And Xbox is being generous to bring them right along in it. Think about that. We getting Halo Campaign Evolved 4-player co-op. We're getting Gears of War E-Day 4-player co-op. What are we talking about out here? Is this what we doing? We picking and choosing out here? This is what we doing? You cannot a week. Listen, man, let me tell you something. You can't bring a popularity contest to me when it comes to Xbox. You're going to catch nothing but an L. Okay? The best thing for you to do is just keep telling me just how many console sales PlayStation has. That's all you can do. Stick to that. Because once you come off of that narrative, it's L's for you after that. You remember Common View Dola Night? Facts. A lot of great comedians came out of there. Facts. They don't get it. You can't doom and gloom Xbox. You mad because the strategy is changing. You're mad because Xbox is about to get on that high horse. You're mad because deep down in your soul, you know Sony can't compete with Microsoft. You're mad because big bank takes little bank. You're mad because that reality is about to smash your narratives. You're mad because Xbox has better games. You're mad because the world don't play PlayStation games. You're mad now because nobody's buying a PlayStation. You're mad now because Sony took your physical games away from you. Bro, I don't even want to be in the PlayStation community. That fan base over there, that's a bunch of crying ass, you know what. You know what. I don't want to be in no gaming fan base like that where all they doing is cry. They over there making petitions and instead of playing video games. They ain't got nothing to play, but damn, play some of ours then. Go play some Call of Duty. Next time you see a donkey out there crying, say, go play Call of Duty, man. And shut up. Ain't nobody listening to y'all. Yup, Cedric the Entertainer, DL Hewley, all of them came from that. You right, Femo. That's facts. All they do is lie and cry, bro. That's it. Who, what? I don't even understand the logic of even being a part of that fan base. Think about it. It's too much Xbox in their vocabulary over there. Too much. You have nothing to worry about. Nothing. And Asha getting her new role in the government just sealed your doom. They were trying to find every excuse in the book. That was so funny to me. It's funny. Oh, they're gonna lay off, and this is what she's gonna do. What? You damn right this is what she's gonna do. She's smart. Look, you're mad because you have nobody over there in Sony land that has a specialist in AI like Asha. See, Microsoft has an AI genius. The future is AI technology. She does that with her eyes closed. You're mad because Sony doesn't have somebody like that. Now she's over here being handpicked by the United States government as a specialized team. Ain't this dope? It's like the Avengers. They done handpicked. Think about it. Legals coming off that top row. The United States government has assembled superheroes. She's one of them to conduct a security team around AI technology, to protect it, to harness it, to govern it, because she's beautifully smart. That's our leader for Xbox. You have no hope going forward. I laugh at you. Look at Nintendo Switch right now. What? I laugh at you. Look at PlayStation 5 right now. I laugh at you. Hiroki Totoki, you show with your wallet that you have no confidence in the PlayStation brand. That's what that means. And you got these idiots on social media trying to play that off. Legal ain't playing that off. Legal's not playing that off. Legal knows exactly what that means. No confidence in the brand. Jim Ryan already set that in motion. He set that in motion over 3 years ago when he pulled his stocks out. Go read about that, people. Don't just sit back and wonder what that is. Oh, and just be dumbfounded about it. Do your research, Xbox community. Understand the meaning of that because those are millions of dollars. People don't just pull millions of dollars out of something. Think. Why the hell would I pull my money out of something that's making tons of money? You get where I'm going with this? Why would I do that? I'm going to pull money out of something that I know in the future I'm going to lose more money than I'll save more money. Hint, hint. Hint, hint. That's what big people do with big wallets when they do their investing. They don't want to lose more than what they can gain. When you start pulling your stocks out, you don't believe in it. That's what that means. And you want to sit up here and doom and gloom Xbox. And you ain't heard not one person pull their stocks out of Microsoft. Are you rabbit ass crazy? Who does that? You are in the era of big tech. I don't know how many times I got to keep saying that. I'm going to stop saying that too. I'm going to stop saying it, Talos Reed. I'm just going to let people be dumbfounded. I'm going to enjoy this victory, this sweet, savory victory of mine. Look at this dumb stuff. Doom meets Bioshock and Overwatch in the coolest new shooter in years, Polygon. Shut up. Shut up. You have no choice but to talk good. You have no choice. Moving forward, you're going to have to talk good about Xbox because Xbox for in a little bit is going to be the only one out with a brand new console. Well, I'll be damned. It's going to be the only console out here with futuristic tech. Well, I'll be damned. You're not going to want to put a game out next to it. Well, I'll be damned. Where's the PlayStation 6 at? Well, I'll be damned. These prices are going up. Who's going to buy it? I'll be damned. I'm complaining right now. I don't have my physical copies. I'll be damned. Where's our first party games at? We ain't got no games. I'll be damned. Come on. That's what you're going to start seeing. Well, I'll be damned. When that happens, then what? Then what? You going to look at the league and still hate them for telling you the truth? That's going to be goofy soon. See, goofy, it's going to be goofy to hate on me soon. You can hate on me now. Deep down in your soul, you know I'm right. But you can front on yourself and still hate on me. But in a minute, it's going to be goofy to hate on me. In a minute, you're going to say, you know what? Damn, Legal was right, bro. I never thought I could see a victory in a console. I don't know what a console war victory looks like. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Because I've already defeated the most popular console before in my lifetime. We're the Sega children. We've done it already. We've already done this. If you part of the popularity train, then you've already know what it is to catch an L. You're going to catch another one. That's all it is. That's all it is. You've been jumping on Goombas too long. You've been riding on the horsey with a bow and arrow too long. You don't know nothing else. That's all you know. That's the popularity train. That's all you know. Having a sword in your hand. That's all you know. Look at God of War laundry. Look at her. Look at her do that laundry. What she got in her hand? There you go. Where's your Last of Us 3 at? What do you think Ellie's gonna have? You think she's gonna get an Uzi now? You think she's gonna get upgraded? You think she's gonna be kind of like Laura Croft? Or you think she's still gonna have a bow and arrow? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is, should I say it? Does it make you mad because you don't have it yet? The Last of Us 3, where is it? Where? Where is Naughty Dog at anyway? They're not even focused on that. Intergalactic, whatever it is, what does she have? That's all you know. Shout outs to The Witcher 4, man. Shout outs to that. Shout outs to new technology. Shout outs. Shout outs to every game that's going to be on this Xbox Project Helix. Shout outs to all of them. It's going to be legendary. I'm going to have If the Lord lets me live, brand new OLED, up to date. Oh, I'm gonna make these frauds mad. You know what's sad about haters? They get mad when you get things. It's fun. They're still gonna be on a PlayStation 5. Can you imagine being a PlayStation fan when Project Helix comes out? Imagine that. Imagine being so popular that you look like them. Is that what you want? You want to look like them when Project Helix comes out? That's what you want? Cool. That's what popularity gets you. Me? Nah. I'm about to get all my technology upgraded. Brand new OLED, brand new system, brand new controller. I want that Elite 3 controller. I'm not going to be half-stepping. What do you think this is? I'm not going to be crying about no price. Nah, not me. Nah. People who go out here and buy Ferraris and Bugattis and all that, don't be crying about no price. That's what you Camry owners do. That's what you Toyota Camrys and damn Hondas and what is it? What's that other one? Subaru owners do. You know? You Acuras. Y'all be crying over prices. You gotta, if you're gonna do the Acura, get the Acura, get the luxury Acura. Fully load that bad boy. If you're gonna get the Camry, get the fully loaded Camry. There's nothing wrong with having those cars. The Kia is right. Right. You crying because you got a standard Kia. There's some Kias that are luxury, man. There's nothing wrong with having a Kia. Get the fully loaded Kia. That's right, Dolan Knight. If you're gonna ride in something, get it fully loaded. Don't be half-stepping. Oh, it's all I can afford. Okay. Well, then get the lowest car that you can afford, fully loaded. Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do that to yourself? You gotta think outside the box when you so-called think you own things. See, I have that OLED TV, but guess what? It has an expiration date on it. Think about that. The only thing I can do is get another one. I'm not mad. I'm not mad because I had to throw away my tube TV and the LCD TVs came out. I remember when the LCD TVs came out, they were $10,000. Pioneer had an LCD TV in Best Buy for $10,000, $12,000. I was looking at that shit like, you out your rabbit ass mind. Somebody gonna pay for that. They were already buying it. I was thinking like, ain't nobody buying that. People with money had that already up on their walls. Now look, you can barely find a regular LCD 4K TV. Barely find that. I don't even think. No, I'm sorry. You won't find a big screen 1080p TV no more. LCD TV. The stores don't even sell them. I ain't see y'all mad about that. I don't see nobody crying about having a 1080p TV no more. Flat screen 1080p TV. I don't see nobody talking about that. Come on, y'all. Come on. I get it. Come on, y'all, but we gotta understand it's gonna happen. They're just dragging, all right? They're just dragging their feet. But they're just trying to get you to understand. That's what it is. Hey, listen, when we turn that light out to turn this light on, that's what it's gonna be. Get ready. Do what you gotta do. I don't know what you gotta do. Cope with it. Have funerals about it. I don't know. Do some weird dances in front of your physical copies or whatever. Do whatever helps you. You know, if you need to cut your jeans into shorts or whatever you got to do, man. But it's going digital, okay? Because digital makes sense for companies. You don't open up a damn case now and it has a strategy guide booklet in it and all the goody goodies. You don't even get that anymore. Nobody's got time to be making you a little strategy book in 2026. It's just, come on, man. It's just, You know, there's nothing. I'm not pro digital. I'm just not struggling with understanding. And I'm not gonna sit here and say, you know, we always should have options. You do. We still got options. We still got options. I get it. I get it. You want to know where your options are? You're gonna play on a console, you're gonna play on a PC, or you're gonna play on a handheld. There's your options. The options ain't in the media gaming. It's not in the media gaming field anymore. That's not where your options are at. Yeah, bro. Folks bad over strategy guys. Man, we can't make this stuff up, bro. Grown ass men mad over strategy guides and manual booklets. You know, they wanna open their little book up and learn how to play the game. You know, I can't get down like that. I just can't. I'm sorry, y'all. It's hard for me to be goofy on YouTube. I'm not. I told you, I'm not industry with this stuff, man. I'm for the culture of gaming, and I want it to evolve. It's evolving into a beautiful place. Don't let people lie to you and say, "Oh, they just don't care about you." They just, bro. If they keep doing that to losing money, then they're gonna really fall apart. They can compress this stuff, get this stuff out. Now, let's talk about these goofy layouts that everybody want to talk about, right? Since Rez and Spartan tricked me, and then we got to get into over a half an hour show, right? But when you think about this, when you think about it, right, and you think about downsizing studios, why in 2026 we need 50,000 people in a studio to make a video game? When what do we have more than ever today? Awesome technology. Isn't that what this is all about? So when you have awesome technology, you can speed up productivity. You can create more. You can do things in a more fast-paced, quality, you know, what's the word? I should say so much fast-paced, but more steady, more steady pace and quality sound games that can be delivered because better technology is out. So what usually taking a game 7 years to make, we can get this game out 4 years and 3.5 years, and it looks 10 times better because we have better technology. The tech is doing the work. The tech is. The tech is the training ground. We don't have to spend years trying to learn this engine. The engine teaches us what to do. It teaches us. You got these people out here worrying about these people getting laid off like these people out here gonna give them jobs. I mean, I can't be this goofy out here, y'all. I can't. Y'all looking at me like y'all want me to be goofy
Acting
out here.
like they really care, right?
Yeah, I can't, bro. I just can't, man. Ooh, I just feel sorry for. Well, get them a job. What are you gonna do? Go get them a job. Go get them a job. We ain't gonna just cry. These are adults, so crying ain't gonna help them. So we got to get them a job. What are you gonna do for them? Crickets.
The thing is
Crickets.
illegal. Thing is, these very complainers are they are not CEOs. They don't hold any
They're
shares.
workers. Exactly.
They're 9 to 5ers.
Just like us. They're just like, that's it.
Do not listen to them.
We're all work right. So when you see the one, look, when you see the ones, okay, I'm in a realistic world, right? I'm glad Spartan said that. Let's get down to our realistic world, okay, gamers? We're not gonna talk about devs who make hundreds of thousands. We're not talking about that. I'm gonna talk about um the ones like us, normal people, right? Us, okay, us. So when you quit your job, right? You don't go on social media and bash that company down and then expect to get a job somewhere else. You don't go over, you don't leave a job calling up HR, cussing them out and all that goofy stuff, and you think other companies are gonna just keep hiring you. Down here in our world, you better leave a job gracefully, no matter how angry you are at it. Hang your hat up, throw the deuce out, be respectful on your way out, because you know what it can do to you. It can cost you. We don't do that down here, do we, people? No. Let's all say it together. No, we don't. We don't leave out cussing out nobody. We don't do all of that. You just quit the job. You find another job. What is our rule, everybody? Down here, don't quit a job until you get a job. Okay. So now that we put everybody in perspective, don't lose your footing because somebody else lost their job, that their job is at a higher tax bracket than you. Don't lose your footing. Don't let that social media get you barking up a tree with no cat in it because you want to fit in. We don't do that over here. I'm fine in my skin. I don't need to feel like I need to fit in with no crowd. All right. So, it's cool. All right. We acknowledge there's people that lose their jobs every day. Keep that same energy. Go be a philanthropist, right? A philanthropist over people who lose their job. Go do it. I dare you. Go make up get a charity going for everybody that loses a job. We come to you. Do that. Do that. I'm just saying. Do that. Go do it. Don't just be running your mouth about it. Go help people. Crickets. Then you get the crickets. So I don't want to hear about that. We ain't coming over here to talk. We ain't making shows about layoffs. We're not doing that. Layoffs happen every single day. People lose their job every single day. Sadly, that ain't nothing to be cheering about. But I'm not going to be sitting up here fronting either. Not going to be fronting. It is what it is. And the devs know that, people. They know that at any time they can be let go. They don't just, I'm surprised I got let go because I thought I'd be here forever. It's not one of those things. A lot of them do the contract work. They're only in there for a certain amount of time anyway. You just don't know that because it's none of your business. It's none of your business to get that person into their business and what they do to take care of their families or themselves. It's not your business. Do what you do best, being fraudulent about how you play these games, about how you buy these games. Keep doing that. That's what you do best. But guess what? Guess what Legal's so proud and happy about? Next gen is going to be sucker free. There's going to be a lot of these frauds that don't make it to next gen. Pockets are too small. The pockets are small, got too much lint in it. Too much lint
It's
in this
too
pocket.
expensive. It's too much.
It's too much. I don't want to pay that much for gaming.
No
But went
matter,
over there.
you notice that
But
when
look, went
Sony
over there.
says,
They
when
went over there
so
and bought they went over there and bought what was it, a Steam Deck. They went over there and bought a ROG. They went over there and bought what is it, the Claw. They went over there and bought all these little handhelds, but I don't want to buy. Oh, $1,000. What's going on with the gaming? In the PC community, been paying 1,000 plus for years. Yeah, bring him on in. I've been sending him. I don't know what he's doing. But send him a copy. Get Brandon in. I don't know what's gonna happen. Well, go get you a Switch too and shut up. Go
It
get
was
your Switch.
first. It was $70, $80,
Right.
$100.
Why don't you just take the damn support them, buy the games. Now it turned into games are too expensive.
Can't afford them.
I can't afford the games. They're taking my physical copy.
Sitting there crying for activists.
My
Seriously,
narrative
gamers are
is
such the
destroyed.
biggest crybabies I've ever seen, bro.
This shit's
Bro,
goofy, man.
we got Forza Horizon. We got the DLCs from the Starfield out. We got games coming through Game Pass all day, every day. We just
Yeah,
had the
Forza
FC
just released an
26.
Italian map pack
Facts.
with a
Speak
bunch of
on
new
it.
cars.
If
We've
it
got
took you, Talos Reed cracking me up. Talos Reed, listen, famo. We in this console's been out for 6 years, famo. And you got people crying over the how much it cost. 6 years, Talos Reed. Then it has 6 years. You know what? I don't know how. Somebody needs to tell me how long it takes somebody in a year to save 350, 400. How, if in 6 years you couldn't come up in 6 years, if I really wanted something and I put back, I'm not gonna have $699 in 6 years. We're talking 6
You
years.
must be really bad with your money.
G-Man, right, G-Man. If I put I want to show people this. In a month's time, right? If I just put back $50 in 1 year, that was a PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Okay? So let's do that again. In 2 years, that's $1,200. Look, if I just put back $50 in 2 years, there's your Helix. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Rez, in 2 years, there's your Helix.
Tells me they're not really that serious.
Right. We're not sitting here. I'm not going to sit here and feel sorry for grown men who look at a total of something and cry. Bro, this is about investing. Video games, consoles, and it's always been about investing. And it's about investing your quality time into the product. This is about time, right? They're all saying it. Where you spend your time at. Don't be a genius in one aspect and don't understand how to be a genius in the other aspect. It's not that damn serious. We've been watching Netflix. We've been on YouTube and TikTok and all. We've been on these platforms. If you want people to play video games more, make better games. It's just that simple. Video games spark a fire. That's the beauty of video games. When there's a great video game out, it spreads like a wildfire. Look at Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It's not a mystery. That game is not a mystery to people. The game is a remake. But look what people have been saying about that remake. Man, it's incredible. It looks incredible. It's fun. And look at it. A remake has sold over 2 million physical copies. Why? Because the game is a great game. People wanted to relive it at its best quality form. So they were ready to buy it again. Because it's a great game. Nobody goes back and buys a game that's not great. Nobody does that. That's the culture of gaming. Nobody does that. Nobody. 6 years. I don't want to hear it. 6 years. You should have had this console in 2000 at the end of 2021. You just put back $50 a month. You got cell phone in your hand. You got Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Zulu, Fulu, and Bulu, and Kulu. You got all the streaming services, but you can't. Somehow you can't seem to save money to get a console. You can't. I just don't get it. I'm gonna buy a PC. PC costs more than PlayStation, dummy. I'm not buying a PlayStation. I'm gonna buy a PC. Okay. Nobody out here talks about buying a low-end PC to play video games in. Nobody does that. Nobody runs around talking about I'm paying $400 for a gaming PC. Nobody does that. Nobody. Because it's not a talking point. We're talking about gaming. That's goofy. Did you get in touch with him, Rance?
Yeah, I sent him the link and everything. I messaged him.
Okay, that's cool.
Xbox is winning.
It's winning, bro. It's not.
He said just a minute.
Okay, we'll
Isn't
let him
that
come
sad,
in.
man? Over physical drive, look at the amount of riffraffs they're causing, canceling subscriptions. You're just supporting
physical media is the only reason you're into gaming.
Such a two-faced fan base, huh?
Speak on it.
They support you, and then they stab you right in the back when you take something away from them. Man, Sony fan base is just horrible. They're a bunch of little babies that lives in their basement, and that's it. They don't even have a job. Girlfriends be kicking them out the house because they focus more on that console burning than their girls' thighs burning. You get what I mean? It's only a streaming machine now. Pornhub and YouTube watching us Xbox gamers game on.
I never saw the benefit of gloating about console sales. Like, what does that do for you as a gamer? Nothing.
It gets them nowhere. It's like, okay, so what you sold? What are you gonna do for the amount that's sold? How many games have you played for the amount?
Sony's not giving them new games. Like, so what's the point of investing in the console?
The big burn in the ass is these guys sitting there collecting walls of physicals, and today they're like, no, wait, what you got ain't playable no more. They took away their movies too. Isn't that sad, man? It's like, sorry, man. We no more movies. Your movies are jacked from us. Whatever thousands spend on that too. They have to pay for DLCs that come out. We don't. Game Pass, it's all included. We're getting royal treatment, to be honest with you. Day one drops on Ultimate within the first year on Premium. The Essentials have an amazing collection that they have, and they trickle in.
Value's undeniable, right?
Yeah, and you get double, triple the points on Ultimate. You get the double on the Premium. You stack up, and there comes $25 for your Game Pass for the month.
Or you don't even have to. You can spend all your points and buy games, or you
game for like 1 month, and you get Game Pass for free. Technically, like. It pays for itself. They're like, yo, play this game and you could have online services for free. Just keep your account active and running. Unlike Sony, that sits there and they your account is active. The game is locked in 30 days, and they put a lock next to the game. You lose your account, it's gone. You make noise, Xbox brings your account back, and they're like, hey, our bad, but hey, next time these are the rules. Don't play around like that, If you're locked out, that's your fault. You can't get it back in. Read their terms and conditions. Don't cry about it. Be realistic. Xbox is winning.
Hey, Brand. So the main topic of this show is the analyst firm predicting what the Helix is going to sell at launch. I don't know if you saw that.
The 2.5?
Yeah, they're saying around 2 million. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to remember that there was no real hard expectation since this year alone. Their last shipment of devices didn't even top 3 million. So that was for the year. So the thought of it actually trying to encapsulate more than that at a $1,000 or even a $1,500 drop point is really high expectation. So I would think that the prediction, it may be real, and it sounds like it could be a thing. But we have to remember that this is not just an Xbox thing. This is a Sony thing. This is a Nintendo thing. And if everybody keeps raising their prices, ain't nobody gonna be buying jack. Ain't nobody gonna be filling out, hey, let me go and let me go and buy this brand new console. It's gonna cost me $1,500 or $1,200, whatever they do. I honestly think that the way Asha Sharma is gonna innovate is she's going to make it where I've already said there's going to be 3 types of devices. One, it will be a pure streaming device. It'll run like a virtual laptop. and it'll be the cheapest point to get in. Everything will be 1440, 60 FPS. That's your easy point in, probably 800, maybe 900 bucks. Your next point is going to be about $1,200 entry fee, depending on how prices go. And that will have a 24 gig RAM. And then you will have the top tier, which will be a 32 gig RAM. And I think that's how they're going to bracket them out. And those will be both 2 terabyte. But anyway, if you're running on a virtual machine, you ain't got to download nothing. Everything's there. So I think that's the most innovative way to keep it below $1,000. And I think that's the only way they're going to be able to really sell high into the next market. Because I think we're looking at a stale point for the entire market as an overall. Mostly people will go to their phones there, stick with their current generations, Series X, Xbox Ones, which they showed that we still have right at around 40 million people using Xbox Ones. So there's a lot of people that haven't even upgraded and moved. They're just staying where they're at. And PS5, that's their last console to be a blockbuster. The other one is going to flop. It's just a reality. You cannot force people to drop $1,000. It's not going to happen. Paris was right. It is coming to a tipping point, and we must find a way to say how do we make it more affordable for more people to get into the industry and GTA is not doing it.
Rand's cutting out.
We're having technical difficulties with Brain. Technical difficulties.
Hello?
Okay, you
Yeah, we
sound
hear
better,
you
brother.
better now.
What are you doing? Are you in a high-speed chase?
Am I sounding better now?
He passed
Yeah,
the
you are.
lights. He passed the lights.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay,
You're passing the lights, brother.
Where did I drop off so that I could kind of recap?
The GTA 6 a little bit before that.
Okay, so again, the market is going to have a tipping point. We must find where we can get people back into the gaming market and are willing to progress their systems, where they are willing to step into the new fold. People can gripe all they want to about the Series S, but the Series S sold very well. Why? Because it's a marketable item that is cheaper to get into the industry. When you start raising the prices, people are saying, I ain't doing it. They're not buying those consoles. So we must find an innovative way to make it so that people can play these games and are willing to upgrade. I'm going to be able to buy the new console, but that's because maybe I make more money than somebody else. But it's not necessarily fair to everybody else in the market. We're different kinds of gamers, right? Most of us are buying games. We're buying games that are outside of the norm, right? But we make up a percentage of Xbox that says we are core. We buy these games. You're going to have Sony players that are the same way. But again, none of it is going to matter because all they're going to be upgrading is from their PS5 or their Pros and going to this PS6. But it's not going to be a landslide. Nothing like they had before. We're seeing numbers dropping lower and lower. And until they can get a handle on things and until this industry shifts, we're cooked. I mean, just people ain't going to do it.
Brand has a point. I believe gamers want to be wowed, right? We want to be wowed. We don't want to be sitting here having a console that has a 6% difference in quality, you know? Nobody's going to move off a 6% quality. You know, I want to be wowed. So the only company that has spoke boldly about how they're going to play chess and move forward is Xbox. Xbox told everybody a couple years ago, that they're going to leap. They're going to leap what? I want everybody. What did they say they were going
Greatest
to leap?
technical leap in gaming history.
There you go. There you go. There you go. The only ones that have boldly come out and said that. And the problem is they're going to easily prove it. See, the thing about it is Microsoft wants you to think intellectually, right? Like I said, when they start dropping little tidbits, little clues to what's about to happen soon, you have to pay attention to that. That Unreal Engine 5.8 is going to wow you as a gamer. When that wow hits that gamer, it's going to hit the other gamer. It's going to hit the other gamer. It's like a domino effect. My words. I already see Gears of War E-Day. It'd be surprising to me if it don't hit Diamond. I'm just letting y'all know right now. Combined PC and Xbox, mobile. I mean, when I say mobile, I'm talking about handhelds and all that. Where they buy that game at, when I think about the possibilities of the sales of that game, and you're talking about physical, I'm talking about physical copy sales as well. Because I bought a physical copy. I bought the collector's edition. So it's a physical copy. So that game, the reason why I'm even saying that, there's two wow factors when it comes to Gears of War E-Day. Two. It's the first that's ever done 4-player co-op. You finally do a full squad in Gears of War. Finally. Finally. We are finally playing a full squad. Second, Unreal Engine 5.8. Come on, man. The meta lights. Come on, bro. Come on. That's a wow factor. What are we talking about? When people get their hands on this, I'm telling you right now what Microsoft needs to do. They need to heavy market the hell out of Gears of War E-Day. Gears of War E-Day trailers and stuff, and just can't. They need to do another. What we need, you know what we need? Microsoft, listen. We need a deep dive show, a severe deep dive show. Just remind everybody just how good this game is going to be. We need a deep dive show, a good 30, 40 minute, so we can go on YouTube and just keep watching it. Like we're just so addicted to it.
Yeah.
That's what we need. And then when you get into these stores, you need to be putting it out there and playing an Unreal Engine 5.8. Make sure you market the hell out of that game.
Yeah.
And it's going to be ridiculous, man, because, you know, and say you're playing as a full squad, 4-player co-op. You got to do that because that's what's going to make people say, wait a minute, what? Wait a minute, what? You mean to tell me 4 people can play on this game at one time looking this damn good?
No, what really is going to blow people away is the 12-player
Oh God, the PvP? Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, now
the
listen, guys.
PvP horde? The horde mode?
All of y'all, we're going to have to hook up. You, me, my son, we're going to
That's
all hook
gonna be
up.
insane.
We're going to have some damn ass fun.
We're going to be playing that game.
Yes.
Oh, Brand, do you know how long? You right, you can laugh about this. This is how stupid it's about to get. And I don't think nobody understands. Gears of War is about to bring Halo back. Gears of War, you're my game, but we got to get my boy Master Chief. You're gonna do it.
Yeah.
See that 12 horde PvP mode, that right there, that's gonna bring it home, baby. You're right. Everybody's going to be playing that, bro.
Yeah. Well, they gave you exactly what you're getting out of the games that are hitting in that spot, right? Where everybody teams up and you get this PvE moment, but you also have the PvP moment, and you will have 4-player co-op. Never
That's
before
ridiculous.
done.
That's ridiculous.
It is. Coalition is cooking hotter than anybody right now, And if they think they're going to even get in that same competition level, all right, you need to start looking at your detail. The one thing that has always made Coalition stronger is that they have always worked very closely with Epic. And that is why their new game that's coming out is going to look better than everybody else out on the market. It's going to look better than Grand Theft Auto. It's going to look better than all the others. Why? Because it is optimizing for the level at which your console is at. That is where it is playing. It is not a 12-year game that was made. This is a game that was made within a 5-year span, and it is
No, for real.
It was made very well and optimized for the Series X.
Yeah,
That is
for real.
first and foremost. Then they optimized for the PC.
Then they did on the PC.
Yep.
These are facts.
They are.
Unreal Engine said it themselves. It ain't even about what Brand is saying, right? You don't have to believe Brand. Unreal Engine said it.
Yep.
They said it. This game was secretly being made on Xbox. That stuff was being done 4 years ago. I'm serious. That's crazy. That's crazy when you think about that. That's insane.
It's a beautiful game that people are going to have to recognize is not coming over to Sony. And I have nothing against Sony players. And in all truth, this is really where it got rough, because in the Xbox One generation, Phil was right. That was the generation we had to win. Because if you think about digital games and you think about physical games, whenever you had physical, you could always sell your console, you could sell your games back to GameStop or somebody, and at least you could get some capitulation of money. You could get some roundup. But now when you're in digital, you got nothing, homie. You got zero. You can't give it away. You can't shove it away. It is yours. So when you close it down, guess what, homie? It is on you. You are stuck. You get nothing. And that is why people don't move very readily, because almost everybody's bought something digital. And the more you buy digital, the more you lose, the more you cannot get back, the more you cannot sell to make some bread to go elsewhere. You are stuck behind the walled garden. And I'm not saying that it's Sony's fault. That's everybody's fault for going full digital. But that is where it's at. And that's why it's going to be very hard for Xbox to move. Xbox has to convince the next generation of players. When mom and dad are looking at a console and the kid's going, man, there's just so many exclusives on that new Xbox. Mom, Dad, I really just want that Xbox. All my friends are playing that. They're playing the Gears of War. Boom, sold. And suddenly you got a new Xbox gamer, and every game he buys that point forward on playing on Game Pass or digital is locking them in. But we've got to get the next generation. I've said it many times. We can't win this gen. We have to win the hearts and minds of the kids of the next gen.
Yeah. Yep. You know what those college students are going to be playing? Gears of War E-Day.
Oh, yes. Those college days, man, those days are what gets spoken, because that's what people remember back in our day when we were back in college and we were working it hard and we were trying to do all those days and we were sitting back and sweating and we just needed something to relax us. And what did we do? We got into those games. You got the Halos, you've got the Gears of Wars. That's where they went to. That's how those COD lobbies were created, because people needed an outlet, and that's what Gears can provide. That's what we can do here in the industry. We can change it by changing the hearts and minds of the people that play games. That's what it's all about, getting them to recognize greatness.
You know what else is crazy, man? That when I think about that 12 PvE, right? I think about damn, bro. That's what, 3 full teams. That's 3 full teams. That's
gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be super excited. You know, the only bad thing is that in October, when the game drops, me and my son will be in Guatemala and we'll be evangelizing. So we won't get there day one. But you know what? I still bought the premium package Why? Even though it gives me 5 days early, I won't get those 5 days. But that's okay. I still bought it. You know why? Because I support the brand, I support what we're doing, and I support what the idea we're trying to do, which is playing great and wonderful and amazing games. And me and my son get to enjoy that game together, and we get to enjoy moments, and we can sit and be proud and be happy that we are playing a game that we are excited to touch and be able to get into and realize the greatness of what video games was all about in the beginning.
Man, you're not lying, bro. Everything you said is true. Everything you said is true. And it's just, I forgot all about that, man. Now you got me hyped. You got me. I forgot about that, man. That is going to be huge. So much fun.
Yep.
So much fun. It's going to be unrealistic, man. Although I could just see those Lancers. I could just see it. All that firepower.
Yes.
This is going to be ridiculous, man. Trying to stop that horde. I can only imagine. I can only imagine what this is going to be like. The corpser, everybody, everything's coming up out of them emergency holes. It's just ridiculous. Because this is the emergency hole origin. You know, this is when the emergency holes were shockers. Where what the hell is this? You know, that's where we're at right now. This is the big thing is the emergency holes. You know, here they come. You know, the e-holes, as we would say, the e-holes. You know,
this is bringing back a whole generation of what gaming was designed for, and it was about getting people to play a game and be excited about going into that game that you would wait months and months for. I have chills and tingles going down my arms right now just thinking about the opportunity when I get to get into that game and I get to start shooting down these creatures, but I'm not doing it alone. I'm doing this with my son, and we get to do this together as father and son, a moment for us to sit down and enjoy something that is really great and truly a wonderful moment.
yes, sir. Brand, we appreciate you jumping in, man. You know, and we miss you over here, man. We you know, Brand is our brother, man. And
Well, I
when
want to
people,
say that I
what's up?
appreciate every one of y'all that has reached out during this time that I've, for the last 2 months, it's been kind of a difficult one for me. And I appreciate the support and the kind words and everyone that has reached out and has said very nice things to me. And I appreciate that. And it warms my heart to know that there are people out there that care about you more than just a game. Then you're just a gamer face, or just a gamer tag, or you're just just somebody they know you from a podcast. It's more than that. We're people, and we have connections. And my brothers here that are running this show have always reached out to me on a personal level and shown the care and concern for me, my family, where I'm at. And that matters. I'm telling you guys, sometimes video games is great, and that you should always love video games, but sometimes there's real life there, and you need to be able to recognize that and help your friends, because we don't know what other people are going through, and sometimes it's real hard. It's hard to just even manage life.
Yes,
Talk to
sir.
your friends, talk to those people that you know, check on them, say, hey man, I ain't seen you gaming in a while. Is everything okay? Everything all right? Is your family okay? Is everything going all right? Just check on them, because you don't know what they're going through, and sometimes just a friendly voice will help you through some dark moments. And I had some very hard times when my father had passed away. It was difficult, but I had many good friends that reached out and gave me very uplifting words. New Legal, all of my friends, you all stepped up and you put your arms around my shoulders and said, brother, you're not alone. And they were thinking about me and praying for me and helping me lift up, knowing that I was going through a tough time. So I appreciate and thank each and every one of you for what you've done and for the words you've said. So I do thank each and every one of you. I want you to know from my heart, thank you. because you all have made me feel very special, and also know that I am cared and loved by more than just my family.
No problem, man. Shout out to your son too. We, like I said, man, we're all close knit here, man. We appreciate each other. Like I tell people a lot, man. We miss Realist when he can't be here, man. It's people you don't know, man. We all been through things, and there's times I know my story. I know my backdrop. Um, I could never sell these guys out. I could never do it. Um, you just never know. You don't know. People don't know, man. We come up in here with passion, bro. We come up
I've
here,
heard it all
we
tonight. The
we
love and the
swing.
passion for gaming.
Yeah, we swing hard, bro. We swing
Yes,
hard.
we do. Yes, we do. And I'm not gonna lie, we are passionate, but we love people and we love games, and we
Yep.
just want people to enjoy games. That's
Yep.
what we're all about, guys.
Yep.
Even if you're a Sony fan, enjoy and love your games, guys.
Yeah.
Most of this is, there's some stuff that Sony that does is really backwater, but that's what we call out. We call it the crap that the Xbox does and the layoffs. We none of us were saying, "Oh man, that's fantastic." No,
Right.
we're not agreeing with it because it's not right. Could they keep those people? Sure. But they're also doing what they have to do because in order to run a business, you have to make a profit. And if you ain't
Yep.
making the profit, they're going to shut it down. And guys,
Yep.
we don't want that. Then Sony has control over everything. And I'm telling you, even Sony players, you think you're paying a lot now? Oh, yo, you be spending out the yin yang because then they own everything. So cherish the gaming companies that are out there. Cherish all the indie devs. Buy their games because that's what's helping to create competition. Is showing them that, hey, you know what? I love this little game. It's this little niche game. Like Vampire Survivors, I think it was a year or 2 years ago. I bought that game. I've loved that game ever since it's come out. I bought every single DLC. Love that game. Fantastic game. And it's still one of my greatest played games that I love it. But that's what it's all about, guys, is playing games and loving games and enjoying what you do. So take it from me is that I'm saying is that legal and I and resident, we are, and I think Spartan is it Spartan that's in here?
Yeah.
Okay. We are very passionate about what we believe. We believe that Xbox is the way forward because we see where the industry has gone, what they have done, and we only want it to grow and be better. And the way to be better from what we have seen is being open like Xbox did originally. Well, now we see that ain't working. We see that there has to be exclusivity in order for us to grow. And so that's what has to happen. Phil had me convinced. He had me convinced that this was going to be the way. This is that everything was going to be great if we just opened up the borders. And I was sold. And I said, you know what? Let's see it. But then all I saw was walled gardens, more and more, blocking it off, preventing, stopping. And then I went, you know what? New legal's right. All the people that are around me are right. They're telling me that we have to stop. We have to find some way to stop the bleeding. And guess what? So Asha Sharma said, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go back to exclusives. And suddenly it's, oh my gosh, Xbox is doing the most terrible thing in the world. But we are also gaining the trust of the community because you have to fight fire with fire. You can't stand back and watch it and say, you know what? That's okay. We'll just let Sony do that. You can't let them do that, guys. You have to stand up to them, just like Apple. And when they were going and creating their walled garden, what did people do? They stood up, said, hey, I'm not going to take it. You need to open it up. That's what needs to happen. So hopefully in time, we'll see that. But right now, I believe Xbox is the way forward. They've always had better hardware. Their games are now hitting in places that we need them to. Playing games like Gears of War. Think about that love when you first stepped into Gears. That first time you played a PvP mode or when you had a co-op. One of my best friends that had passed away years ago, his name was Greg. His son and him played every single Gears the day that they came out and they played co-op. And when they and same with Halo, he played all the Halos. When they took that out of Infinite, it broke his heart because when Infinite came out and it didn't have the co-op, he said I couldn't sit and play with my son. And this moment with Gears, I get to sit down with my son and say this is where gaming is great. I get to enjoy it with my boy. Do that with those that you love. Play with the friends that you enjoy with. I'm telling you, you will create memories that will last for a lifetime.
Yep.
Now, I do have to go. I love you all, and I appreciate all the care that you guys have given me. You guys have a wonderful evening. I'm just now getting home. And
You too. Thanks for giving out, Brand.
Hey, Brand, you know what? Send us out of here, brother. Send us out of here.
All right. Everybody out there, I want you to continue to play games, no matter where you're playing them, whether it's on a cell phone, PC, whether you're playing on a PlayStation, you're playing on a Switch, whether you're playing on an Xbox. Just play games. Love what you're doing. Enjoy it. Show the passion for it, and play with those that you love. We love you all.
We out of here. Peace.
Peace.